If last year was the year of beat'em ups, this year is clearly the year of DLCs. We had a lot of cool updates and DLCs come to many beat'em ups, and honestly, I hope this trend keeps going on. The latest game to get on board the DLC train is no other than the my TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which was released last year for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch and even mobile. But, before I forget, hi, I am Savino, and this is The Flying Kick. Shredder's Revenge is a game that does not need any introduction. If you never played or heard about this game before, I don't know what to tell you, except that I hope that the rock you were living under was at least comfortable. I guess it's a general consensus that TMNT is a great beat'em up, with gorgeous graphics, an excellent soundtrack, extremely fun combat for up to 6 players, and, this is my opinion, the best online multiplayer that I have ever seen in a beat'em up. Really, it's very well implemented. Not only that, but the game also counts with 7 playable characters, the Turtle, Splinter, April and Casey Jones. Add to that the beautiful auto shortcut scenes voiced by the original cartoon actors, and you have here a package filled to the brim with nostalgia and good stuff. Now the pizza-eating reptiles are back and they brought new friends to help them to stop Shredder. Look, catchphrases aside, I won't waste too much of your time telling how the new characters Usagi and Karai play, because I believe most of you are here to learn about the survival mode, so let's just take a general look at them. Actually, you can have a pretty good idea by looking at their stats on your screen right now. One thing that I must say about them is that they are pretty overpowered. Karai is strong as Donnie and fast as Raph, while Usagi is fast as April and strong as Leo. They both have pretty useful specials, with Usagi having the most heavy hitter while Karai has an extensive one that lasts a long time and can reach almost the whole screen. Karai, at least in my opinion, has the coolest special in the game now, while Usagi dethroned April as the best aerial character. And before you ask, nope, they do not appear in the main story or cutscenes, although you can obviously play with both of them in the story. I imagine they both will be great options for speedrunners, especially Usagi. Now let's talk about what I believe is what most of you are here for, the survival mode. Well, for those not used to this mode, survival is a mode where you have one life, no continues, and have to battle wave after wave of enemies until you die or get bored. It's a very requested mode in modern beat'em ups because it's a fun way to extend the length of the game and to put your skills to the test. But here, the survival comes with a spin. Actually, it comes with an entire merry-go-round, with lots of cool ideas to spice things up. First of all, the survival mode has a story. Well, sort of. There's a small cutscene giving the mode a little context. Here the turtles and friends are celebrating the end of their adventure when they are interrupted by the neutrinos, telling them that Shredder is after the crystals the interdimensional bunch used to hop between the very dimensions. And is in these dimensions that you will be fighting wave after wave of Foot Clan soldiers. Here you will visit some crazy places like the 8-bit dimensions or the Mirage dimension, a homage to the original comics publisher. Honestly, this was a clever way to bring the survival mode into the game's story. They were pretty creative with some of the backgrounds, and while they don't really make any difference in the gameplay, they are a very cool addition and, as with everything in this game, a nod to the die-hard fans. But what really makes this mode stand out is how it works. Seriously, this mode is extremely fun and with a lot of innovations to keep things fresh with each run. More than that, the mode is rewarding enough to make you want to come back for more time and time again. Inside each dimension, there will be many scenarios where you can fight. You will have to beat a few waves of enemies, and after beat them, you will be prompted with 2 portals that will take you to different parts of the same dimension. In these portals, you will also be able to pick an upgrade, which could be something to make you stronger, a new mutation that transforms you into an enemy, or crystal shards. These upgrades are, in the end, what will guide your way through the game. There is really no difference between one portal and the other, they will just take you to a different background with a different set of enemies from the same pool. To change dimensions and really progress in the game, what you want are the shards. You see, with each dimension you visit, there will be a certain number of crystal shards that you have to collect before you go into the next one. Your first dimension will require 50 of these shards, and this number will increase with each dimension you visit. To get these shards, you just need to beat the enemies. Every now and then they will spawn a shard after being defeated, but this will take an eternity, especially in later dimensions. That's why you want the packs of shards that the portals offer to you, which can go from 10 to 30 pieces of crystals. When change dimension, the challenge will also increase and you will start to see tougher enemies and even some bosses. But that's all up to you. The game in no moment forces you to go on the next challenge, so you can keep going on easier dimensions until you feel like it, or just accumulating points to climb up the leaderboards. Sure, there will be a moment when you will have to change dimensions because you will have too many crystals, but you can try to delay this moment as much as possible. But it's not only crystal. As I said, these portals can also contain modifiers that spice things up, like explosive or bouncing enemies, pizzas to replenish your life, or even some mutations upgrades that can change you into some of the bosses. This is actually pretty fun. You can play as Shredder, Bebop or Rocksteady, and they have their own life bar, so if they die, you return to your original form. They are fun to play with, but they aren't as well developed as the main character, lacking a bunch of animation, especially when you get hit, but in no moment this will ruin your fun. As you can imagine, they are pretty overpowered, so you can take advantage of this to climb up some dimensions. Another interesting feature in this mode is that your character will start in his most basic state, like some of the moves and with only one life. But as you play and advance through the survival mode, you will start to get permanent upgrades like an extra life, extra health points and more special moves up to the radical mode. To unlock these upgrades, you need to collect crystals, and the more you climb up on your skill tree, the more crystals you need to unlock new ones. It's a pretty clever system that makes the player come back for more. Survival should always have something like this to offer to the player, and not only high scores, because a lot of us simply don't care about it. But give something, let's say, more palpable to the player, and you can be sure he will be back for more. And there are not only upgrades, there are also some skins that you can unlock with the crystals, adding even more stuff to look for in the game. There's a roguelike element to the survival that can be very addictive, especially if you consider that all upgrades you got are unique to the character you are playing, so if you want the complete thing, be prepared for dozens of hours of play. There are in total 6 dimensions to beat: the Idol, the 8-bit, the Mirage, the Omnichannel, Dark Tomorrow, and the last one, the Void, which I will not spoil here, I will let you guys find out. Dimensional Shellshock is an obligatory piece of DLC for every owner of this game. Really, it makes the game 1000 times better, with a lot of new challenges and rewards for the player, and more than that, it gives you a ton of reason to play with each one of the characters. If you have the game, you must get this DLC when it releases tomorrow. If for some crazy reason you don't have this game yet, you will be able to get it bundled with the DLC with 10% off for around $26 in all regions. The DLC alone will cost you around $7 also in all regions. This gets, without a shadow of a doubt, a high recommendation from me. All relevant information like links and whatnot will be in the description, and don't forget to leave a like to help the channel and subscribe to see more beaten up content. And that was it for the review, folks. I hope you all enjoyed it. Give me a shout if you will be playing this on the PC. Other than that, I hope you all have an awesome day, and remember, keep beaten up.
It is done.